This analysis of fictional worlds suggests we must accept a story's internal rules as reality before we can understand its characters. Stepping away from the traditional moral lens of Harry Potter, we can examine the psychological consequences of altering its most famous choice. That choice occurs under the Sorting Hat. In this timeline, an 11-year-old survivor hears the promise of greatness and accepts the offer, walking to the table of the silver and green. This single divergence removes Harry's canonical safety net. By joining Slytherin, he loses any chance at the immediate, unquestioning alliance of the Weasleys or the academic support of Hermione Granger. His new reality is a dormitory in the dungeons, sleeping surrounded by the watchful, resentful children of the Death Eaters his existence supposedly defeated. The boy who lived is a living contradiction in this house. To his peers, he is the physical symbol of their family's downfall, a celebrity whose very breathing is a reminder of a lost war. In this environment, brash Gryffindor chivalry would lead to immediate social destruction. To survive the night, Harry's personality must evolve into something far more calculated. This evolution begins with domestic adaptation. Harry must navigate a stratified political hierarchy where every interaction is a test of status and influence. He relies on the survival mechanisms he perfected at Privet Drive. Having spent years managing the Dursleys' volatility, Harry employs a mask of stoic detachment and hyper-vigilance to successfully deflect psychological bullying. His rivalry with Draco Malfoy matures beyond childish bickering. Within the same dormitory, their animosity becomes a tense Cold War of social positioning and faction building. However, external pressures force a shift in this rivalry. Lucius Malfoy, ever the opportunist, views Harry's sorting as a potential political shield, compelling Draco to attempt awkward, calculated alliances with the boy he is supposed to hate. Severus Snape faces a new challenge. He expects James Potter's arrogance, but encounters the quiet discipline of a survivor, offering a reluctant, icy mentorship out of necessity for house preservation. By year's end, Harry views his peers not as friends, but as sources of leverage. Every conversation is an investment in his own security. This mindset extends into the classroom. Without the automatic loyalty of Gryffindor allies, Harry builds an entirely new intelligence network across the other houses. He identifies outcasts and neutral players in Ravenclaw and Hufflepuff, recruiting them based solely on their strategic utility. This network replaces his canonical support system, providing the research capabilities and situational awareness Harry needs to outpace the school's mounting dangers. Harry becomes a political bridge within Hogwarts, uniting disparate students through mutual necessity and a shared disregard for the school's traditional divisions. He operates through a Machiavellian intelligence network that prioritizes results over loyalty, ensuring his own safety while effectively managing the school's political currents. The ultimate test of this methodology arrives in the Chamber of Secrets. Harry faces the Basilisk without a team or a headmaster's intervention. In this timeline, the story reaches a mechanical bottleneck. The Sword of Gryffindor will absolutely not present itself to a Slytherin student, leaving Harry without the canonical weapon required to kill the beast. To survive, he leverages his intellect and his heritage. He might use Parseltongue to misdirect a serpent, transfigure stones into roosters to exploit the beast's fatal weakness, or utilize highly corrosive chemical compounds synthesized in Snape's lab. Harry emerges victorious, proving his survival is guaranteed by his own resourcefulness and calculated planning, not by divine relics or moral purity. This development within Slytherin changes the trajectory of the Second Wizarding War. As the final conflict approaches, Harry has spent 7 years refining a network that reaches far beyond the castle walls. The aimless search for Horcruxes in the woods is replaced by a specialized intelligence operation. Leveraging pureblood connections and historical bank audits, Harry identifies and tracks the Dark Lord's anchors with calculated efficiency. Voldemort recognizes the soul bond early on, shifting his strategy to treat Harry as a potential successor or a dark apprentice, rather than a simple obstacle to be removed. Harry refuses this recruitment. Instead of accepting the role of a self-sacrificing martyr, He researches the soul fragment's mechanics, utilizing Gringotts' audits and ancient lore to isolate the threat without terminating his own life. In the final confrontation, Harry masters the rules of survival. He executes a flawless, merciless strategy to stand over his fallen enemy as the superior predator, proving that our choices dictate our independence.